zien. Ik niet. Yay! We are live, actually. We are live. Tenminste, it's showing that we're live. So, hello! Finally, we're online! We're gonna talk about the Water Whispering program, launched last year and had a beautiful startup, and I'm going to talk about that. How's the light? Okay, everybody can see me well. Hello, everybody. I am Mick, and I am from Mick Moves because I move. I move stuff, and I move me, and I move people in their emotional stuff, and where they get stuck, I move them out. That's what I facilitate people in. So that's where Mick Moves come from. Okay, so let's talk about the Water Whispering program, because that's what we're here for. The Water Whispering program started when I was thinking about what I wanted to do with purpose in all my energy work. Something that would have a purpose in not just me being in a giving state to others all the time, which I was, but also having everything that I was gifting to be a contribution to me as well, because I was turning into the, how would you call it, like the 9-to-5 job, when usually it would be like a 10-to-10 job, which was not what I was looking for in my life. So I was thinking and thinking and thinking, and I thought that's not going to help. So I started asking questions while I was in a desperate need of a change, looking for what I could do with all my talents and capacities that would actually reach out and change something for others, while it would also be fun for me. So that's what I started to ask for. And when this happened, I started to get visions of me on a sailing boat. Well, actually, I didn't even know it was a sailing boat. I had a vision of me on a boat. And this came back. It came back and it came back and it came back. And this was because I knew it was a vision, because it wasn't something that changed. So it wasn't like a fantasy thing, and it just came out of nothing anyway. So this is what was important to me to understand. It was a serious message for myself, like from whatever awareness it came from, whatever was talking to me or through me, but this was something that was sticking to me. So then I thought, well, it's interesting. I didn't see it as a little boat and me on it, like you're looking at it. It was me looking from a boat. So I didn't actually see myself. I just knew I was looking through myself, right? You get that? So I saw a part of a boat, on the bow of a boat. And I thought, okay, guess where I'm going to start? Let's look for pictures of what kind of boat it actually is. So that's what I started to do. And I found out it was a sailing boat. And then I thought, well, that's interesting, because I can't sail. So what is that all about? Interesting question, actually. I can't sail, because when that happened, everything started to come into motion about sailing. So if I need to sail, then where am I going to need to sail? And actually, people came to my door who were prepared to teach me how to sail. So there was a lot of interesting changes and things rolling into place at that time that started out. And then, well, I actually did start to sail, and I did my courses, and I did, whatever I needed to do. And it seemed that I was a very quick learner, because, well, even my instructors were sort of like surprised how quickly I picked this up. And they didn't believe me when I said I hadn't sailed before. So that was interesting enough. And for me, it was sort of like emphasizing that this was okay. I needed to be doing this. And yeah, we have interesting sounds on the background. In the background, it's the dog who actually wants to come sailing because she doesn't like to be alone for so long. You know, guys, I just came back from the Great Barrier Reef. 8 weeks, 8 weeks. So she's very happy that I'm here, and she's not getting any attention when I'm talking to you. So she's, you know, letting herself be known. Anyways, grumpy sounds in the background. Okay, where was I? Where was I? Okay, so the sailing started, and after that, it went really fast, like from sailing here in Holland and getting my certificates in that. And then I went sea sailing in Greece. That was, again, so perfect and so beautiful. Coming back from that, it was so like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. But while I was on the sea, in Greece sailing, I had my first real conscious, or let's say aware, interactions with the water. And that's where eventually the water whispering came from. So being on the sailing boat is also something that brings me into an awareness state, because I have to watch everything without eyes. Okay, your eyes are only watching one way. You have to feel everything. So I think in that expanded state of awareness, I got more information than I was actually asking for. And this is probably something that it's been very important, like all my life, without really knowing it. Because, well, looking back, I'm born on the water, which is one thing that's interesting enough. But I've always lived really close to water. And if I wasn't close to water, then I would be moving really quickly away from such an area, back to where there would be water. So that's another thing that added up in the years that I was doing all the energy work, and I was getting here in the place, here where I am now, and with my back garden at the river. So there's a river in my back garden, you know. And all that, I think all that energy has been building up for me to find this purpose. And for me, it's totally easy. What is not easy is sometimes to translate and to have people understand what I am aware of. This is the hard part. But having created the water whispering program, it's like having people come to actually have this taste of what this water actually is and what it does, and that you can facilitate the water and the water can facilitate you. And I show you how, I teach you how, and it's a step-by-step process to get there. And well, you know, when you've got like this, we call it the water whispering 1.0, because we've seen last year with the first kickoff of the water whispering program in Greece, how it's a 2-week sailing program. So we have seen what is required for you to actually be, to get in that mode, in that state of awareness, to expand on it. And this expansion is what it's all about. So let me see what I can tell you about how these 2 weeks of sailing sort of like evolve, because 2 weeks seems very long for a lot of people to be on the water. I've heard this. And I know that it's perfect. So if we would shorten it, you wouldn't get out of it what I want you to get out of it and what's required for you to get out of it. And if we make it longer, then, you know, it's not necessary to be longer. It could be longer, but not necessary. So 2 weeks is a perfect time, actually, to do this. And what you get is an introduction, of course, to a boat life, even if you've never been on a sailing boat before. So that's the first thing that we do. And it will take you a couple of days to have your body adjust to what water life and being on a boat actually is. And it's fun. It's a load of fun. And we start to do exercises immediately. These exercises are not like a series of standard stuff. What I do on the boat is I'm constantly aware of where everybody is, and it's a lot of facilitation one-on-one until everybody is totally at ease on the boat, and when we step forward into where we can expand into more the water whispering program itself and the essence of that. So that's why we need all this time. And in the meantime, this process of getting into this expanded way of, well, experiencing this water and yourself, we are on our way. So you're actually having a fantastic holiday time, cruising with the sail yacht through the Greek Mediterranean and going from island to island, which is awesome. This year, we're also sailing in Turkey, by the way. So how cool is that? So you have all that scenery and all that beauty and going out for dinners and laying in bays for anchor and going sailing. And sometimes there's no wind, so we just motor from one place to another. And if we do have wind, we actually sail, and I tell you and teach you what to do. And if you can sail, that's great, because of course you can come along as crew. But if you can't sail, it's no problem, because we did this last year with a group. I had 5 girls on board and none of them could sail, and now they can, they've seen at least. And together, everybody had their task. So we moved great. We did fantastic. So that's about that. How about a little break? I need something to drink. And what else can I tell you at this moment? Maybe I'm going to ask Karin, who is here with me, to just have a little chat with me about how that was for her, because she was on board last year, 2 weeks, and she did absolutely great. And she hadn't sailed before, once in one afternoon, I think, which doesn't make you a sailor, of course, but she knew a bit about being on a boat, and she was diehard, very, very cool, and was my anchor mate. So she was running the anchor all the time. So there's a lot of working together when you're doing this kind of stuff. So that went very, very well. And well, besides all the sailing stuff that you might want to talk about, she can also talk about what the water whispering program in itself has contributed to her. So, okay, come here, Karin. Yes, Karin. Yay!
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Karin. So I went sailing for the first time in my life. Real sailing on a very big boat, not a little sailboat, but very big.
And the boat, let's tell them a bit about the boat, because that's cool.
The boat was very cool.
Let's tell a bit about the boat.
Yeah.
Our boat that we're oh, you should put a cap on, because you got really bad light.
No, I haven't. So
I've got one over there if you want to. We have een dingetje eraf trekken. Yeah, you see, so we're making. When you're on a boat in the Mediterranean, you need a cap. So,
yeah, you really do.
Much more better.
Yeah, for the sun. There's a lot of sun. It's very nice. The weather was perfect.
Yeah,
to be on water.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing to go sailing in September.
Yeah, we had a lovely time.
It was very lovely. You can have your shorts on. You can have your bikini on. Well, perfect. Wonderful.
Yeah, it was. Okay, the boat. Let's tell them about the boat. Well, the boat we used last year was the Blue Star. And the Blue Star is actually, it's a Beneteau First, and it's a 45.5-foot ship. So quite a size, but not very big. Not a big boat, but compared to what you said, like a little sailing boat, it's a bigger boat.
It's a big boat. And you don't have a feeling it is small or crowded or whatever. We thought, we're sitting with 6 people on a boat, so that will be hard by managing all the people and staying close together, but none of that at all.
Yeah, it's like the boat's not full up, and I never do that. So that's also one thing. We were not going to be with more than 7 people maximum, and that's including me on the boat. So there's no more than 6 people coming with me. Like so, there's always space.
There's
enough.
always space. Yeah,
yeah.
So you don't feel crowded or whatever. And being on a boat and being with all that water, you have a feeling like so much space. You're on a boat, but it's so big and
there's all this water around you.
Water around you. So you get so much space and you feel your body relax. And yeah, it's a unique experience. I haven't had that before. My experience with water is, well, I have fear. I had fear of water. So I went on a sailing ship. I can swim, I go swim, but I like to swim in a swimming pool, but not outside in the sea or lake or whatever. And when I feel the depth, I know it's very deep, then I have something like, oh, no, not for me. Well, I go in and well, swim a bit and go out.
Yeah,
so that changed.
Totally. Actually, she went in to check like how the anchor was and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So she got it. Yeah. Absolutely. So and what we did, because I remember that at one time we were anchored at a place and we were taking the dinghy, so that's a little rubber boat with the outboard engine, and we were taking that to the shore because we had little Sophie with us, right? She needs to go to land to do a pee and a poo. So we went out to the beach. And when we were there, she said something about, because we were moving over shallow water, so
and there were all kinds of plants, and it was a wonderful bay. The bay we were was wonderful, beautiful. There were
with all the turtles,
sea turtle. There were fish in the water, big fish in the water, big turtles in the water,
big turtles,
and all kinds of plants and. Wonderful. So when you looked at the bottom of the sea, you can see everything.
Yeah, very clear water.
Clear water.
You can see everything.
And
it's beautiful.
We went to the shore, and we were in the dinghy, but the dinghy couldn't go
all the way to the beach.
Precisely. Yeah. And we had to get out, so we stepped in the water with all those plants. And not knowing what was in it, and a few meters away from us, there jumped something. I don't know what it was. Out of the water, in the water, it's a fish or whatever.
Maybe it was a turtle.
A turtle of everything, and it went away and it splashed around. And well, I got very scared and panicking all the way. And I just wanted to get in the dinghy and not out.
Okay, so that's the moment that I guess, okay, one-on-one facilitation now. So we did. We actually did immediately, like grab the bull by the horns and take this away. And after that, well, you know, it's like we don't have to get into the details of how we do that, but I facilitated and it worked, and it didn't take long either. So these are the things that make it fun, because you do get this one-on-one thing, you know. I'm not going to let you like hang anywhere. If you bump into something, you will be. Let's introduce someone of the crew. So this is Sophie. Sophie is crew. Say hi, Sophie. She's the mascot and crew. Yeah, so she brings us to land. So she's sort of like your savior all the time. Maybe she wants to go out.
No, I'll let her. Come.
You let her out. Okay. So this is an important thing to, you know, to know when you come on board. There is facilitation constantly in anything. It's not like, oh, we're going to facilitate from 3 to 5. Or let's say after siesta from 4 to 6, you know, something like that. We don't. It's like everything going on, anything going on at any time that it's going on, and that could be like in the middle of the night, So it just happens, and that's an interesting thing actually, because I hadn't thought of that, but it's interesting to know that when you're on a boat like that, you're not going to just get off. Okay, you're on the boat, so when things become a bit uncomfortable when we facilitate, whether it's the group facilitation, the exercises, the process and the whole change starts to kick in like immediately. So when you come into these uncomfortable discomfort situations with yourself, that normally you would just walk out the door maybe, or find an excuse to do something else. Now you cannot run away from this. Okay. If you really start to have a problem, a big problem, of course I'll bring you to shore. But in general, in the normal sense of the process, I don't have to do that because I can facilitate you, and I will.
Yeah.
So you will stay on board and you will move faster through these uncomfortable patches that you have. And
you can choose if you want to.
Yeah, you always have a choice.
You always have a choice. If you want, you can. On board we have fun. If you want facilitation, you can ask.
Yeah.
So if you want to confront yourself with something, you can ask Mick.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah. And sometimes somebody comes after 24 hours, and I've already seen what's going on. It's not very hard. No, I've got my eyes and ears open, and all my senses are on sharp, so I can see what's going on. And sometimes I know, let them in a bit before they come to me. And sometimes it takes too long, and I'll go to them. So in any way, it's good to know that you can, and you can just pull my hair. Hey, need help now, and I'll be there. That's a good thing. But I also want to say that we had like last year we had a fantastic group. There were people who had experience with body energy work. So and they were running processes on each other. So there was body processes, and there was the access bars that they did with each other. They all knew how to do it, or most of them knew how to do it. So.
And that's fantastic to do that on the water.
Yeah, to do that on the boat. That's like
a big contribution.
Yeah, it is. So it was also something that when we went, like we would have sailed like a few hours, and when we would come to a destination, we would anchor, and then we get the boat tidied up for the day, or actually for the end of the day, like to get the food out, or the afternoon, or go swimming, and then it would be like relax a bit and decide what the next day would be. If there would be no wind, we would probably stay where we are if it's a beautiful place. And then the day could be used for a lot of energy work and a lot of exercises. So that's how everybody could feel in their free time, read something, do work with each other, or go for a swim, or take the dinghy, go to land and take some pictures. We were last year, we were totally having fun about getting cappuccinos. So everywhere where we came, we were seeking cappuccinos. But you do come to places where it's very hard to get cappuccinos, because it's sometimes quite remote places where I like to go to, because the remoter we get, the less interference we have on our exercises. So that's how I would like to be also in that communion with the water. That works perfect when we are in more remote areas. And these islands that we go to, they are so beautiful. They are magnificent. Go to the website and check out those pictures. I'll put some more pictures on so that you can, we can make a picture book. New feature. We're going to make a picture book. So then you can take a look, and I'll make a picture book for Greece, and I'll make a picture book for Turkey, and I'll make a picture book for the Great Barrier Reef. We're not going to sail on the Great Barrier Reef, by the way.
Not yet.
Not yet. But it is smashing. So we will. So we will someday. But this year, for now, we're getting ready for the Mediterranean, for Turkey and Greece. Yeah. That's it. So, what else can we tell?
You can be totally yourself.
Oh,
On the boat.
Yeah.
On the boat, it is you time, me time. When I was on the boat, you don't have to think at home how to do this or that, or to think about the kids where they have to go, or to think about your job, or you're just on the water and you are you. And you can be you. You can choose what you like. You can choose whenever you eat. You can choose whatever you want to do. You can choose to go to swim or not, or you can choose to read or not. You can lay down or not. You can stay up all night watching the stars. They're beautiful in the sea. There's no light. It's dark. It's very dark, and you can see the stars and the Milky Way and the shooting stars and everything. So wonderful experience. So you can stay up all night if you want to.
And you can sleep outside. If it's good weather,
Yeah.
you can just sleep outside if you want to.
That's great. So it's just you. You can choose for you to do whatever you like to do. You can work on things that come up for you or not, or just be you. And when we went out for dinner, you can choose what you like. So one time we went for baklava, and the others didn't want to have baklava. So we went to 2 restaurants. So we had first coffee and baklava, and then we went to another restaurant where they can eat pizza or I don't know what they ate, but we were totally different.
Something else, yummy, Greek,
something else.
Yummy stuff. Yeah.
So
with
that's and sometimes I found it very hard to choose for me. So I went, everything's, you get confronted with yourself when you're in a group. Sometimes you do, I'll manage this or that, or I will do it this way because I'm used to that. I will do that at home. So you get a certain role.
Yeah.
You do that on ship also.
Yeah.
And then you get a bit confronted with, okay, so what do you want? Not what the group wants, or what do you want? So you constantly
this is something but this is something that I really did also. I remember this, like when she was okay, let me translate all this in a bit different way. Okay, so she is someone who's like, okay, she gets in this role and then she wants to please, okay, and this is the way she does it, so then this is what she does. And I was like, well, it's interesting that you're taking care of everybody who can take care of themselves, really. How about you take care of yourself? So what is it that you want? And this was like, for Karin, it was very confronting in that, like, but what? So that was an issue that just kept coming up, and she could tackle that in only 2 weeks. Okay, like in only 2 weeks. At the end of I don't know, that wasn't like that anymore in the second week. In the second week, she was totally like, hey, I can do this my way, and I'm very relaxed and comfortable with it, at ease, so. And I think that was like it for everybody, because like the reviews that I got, and you can check them out on the website as well. The waterwhispering.world is one page on sailintoConsciousness.com. So wherever you go, either of them, you will find the information and the links to the review pages. And there are reviews from some of the girls who were on board last year. So read those, because it's magnificent. The thing that came out the most, actually, like in addition to what she is just telling us, is like, you can be you on the boat, and there's nobody judging you for that, and especially not me. Okay, if I want you guys all to be you, and I'm going to be me. So that's also
that was a great example. So I watched that from Mick choosing for her what worked for her, what works for her. So, okay, she can choose what works for her, so I can choose what works for me. So, you constantly...
it's reflecting.
Yeah,
it's reflecting and projecting all the time. Yeah, so, and that works good. And for me, it's like, I have an interesting position, of course, on the boat because I'm the skipper. I have to keep my eyes and my ears open, like constantly, not just on the people on the boat, but on the boat and on other boats around us and everything that we are, working with on the boat. So there's a lot to take care of. So there is only one way I can do it, and that's my way. And I will do it my way. And if somebody doesn't like it, well, that's a problem for them, not for me. But if I find it is a problem for them, we start to work on that immediately. Because having that freedom to be you, that's interesting for everybody to get a taste of that. And especially when you're with a group and you're all together like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the end, you are sharing sort of like a mini apartment together. Yeah. So that's pretty cool too.
And the sailing is great.
Yeah.
So we were 5 of us. We couldn't sail. Only Mick could sail. But we all knew in the end how to sail.
Yeah. Oh, that's something that's cool to say, because I remember that I would ask everybody, okay, I need somebody to do this and this for me, and I would ask, I would like you to do it. Do you think you're up to it? And if they would go and I would really say to them, you have to be convinced, yes. If you have a little doubt, please say no, because otherwise it's going to be very dangerous for the boat. So don't do that. Give me the yes if you can, and the no if you think you cannot. So it was easy like that, because everybody played that game very well. Yeah. And when they said no, I would go to the next with no problem and ask for the next. Could you do it? That worked.
And that worked.
It worked. So, and then they would do something else. The one who said, I can't do this. Well, they'll be standby for something else, something that they could do. So that would be easy. And that's how everybody sort of got their task to do. And in those 2 weeks, it was easy. It just got its own, position. Yeah, positioning.
Find out what works for you, and you can do that. And for me, it was the anchor. The first day we left, and can you do the anchor? Well, sure, I can.
In the end, she did a lot of you were assisting in the tacking, and she was also assisting in getting the main up and down. So that was good. Yeah, we did.
And when you do that often, the first time was a bit I'm doing something. I have no clue what I'm doing, but she's telling me, and it worked.
Just follow the lead.
Just follow, and it works. Yeah. And then, later on, you get a hang of it, and you know what to do, and you can do it by yourself, and know exactly when or what. So you get experienced in it, and for some more than others. And you like it or not, and you will find out. Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah. Exactly. I do need crew, can't do everything by myself. So, but I don't really need 6 of them doing something for me. So it sort of finds its way in who wants to do something and who is not comfortable in doing something. Because I don't think it's really about not wanting; it's about not being comfortable with it. So it's it's not very hard stuff. It's one thing that we maybe I should say is that if you want to come on board and it's going to be you think sort of what would it be? Just cruising, sitting back with cocktails and reading books? No. That's not it. No. That's not it.
You can book a cruise or something.
Then go book a cruise. Yeah. Don't come with the Mick Moves teams, because that's not going to work. No. You gotta be prepared to do something on board. You gotta be part of a team, and you do have your own downtime that you don't have to do anything, but
you have to do the dishes. You have to cook something,
do the dishes, cook, or and we do a bit of roulette, who does this, who does that, and to buy some new provisions when we get into a harbour and that kind of stuff, whatever. But also in managing the boat, of course. So sometimes you're going to have to hold on to a rope. And being
or
a fender. But it's fun to learn, and we did have we had so much fun. I mean,
that was the main
if you see the pictures, you're gonna see how that was. Yeah.
Mostly fun.
Yeah. So in the end, it's like having this enormous expansion of your awareness, which will result in either an immediate change in whatever you're up against or what you're desiring to create, or or something you're struggling with, or maybe just something you want to change, like that. It will be either immediate or in the coming weeks and months after. And this is what I've seen from these different individuals, because I watched them afterwards as well, like what's going on for them. And the feedback is amazing. That's just, for me, that is so satisfying to see that, and what has come out for everybody who's been a part of this. And in the end, also for me, because, we're doing it together and we just evolve. So we're heading on to creating groups for Water Whispering 2.0, but we're doing the 1.0 first. And if you want to join, if you have some energy work experience, you're very, very welcome to come on board. Do whatever you can do, and be amazed with what else is possible, because I never thought that was possible, but it is. It's really, really, really amazing. So yeah, that's a big, big, big invitation to join. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What else can we sell?
I think we covered it. Well,
yeah,
not everything, but
well, not everything.
Not everything.
Not everything. We need 2 weeks sailing for that. Yeah. But
you get an impression of it.
I get an impression. Yeah. So yeah, what we wanted to do, because people who were online like this evening, having a special bonus,
getting my email.
Okay.
They're getting an email. A surprise email.
Okay, we're going to get you a surprise email. Yay! That's going to be fun, because we have a really cool idea. Yeah. We did that. So yeah, that's going to be nice. Smart. So smart. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me say just a little bit about the 8 weeks sailing on the Great Barrier Reef, because I've just got back like a few days ago, and I don't even know how many days ago. 2 days ago. Did I come back 2 days ago?
Yeah.
In the morning, after a ridiculous trip of 48 plus hours to get back here. So I've lost track of time. I really do not know what time it is. Yeah, and I see it's light and dark. That's of course, but that's our Muppet. Anyways, so interesting is that I've been at sea for eight weeks, so I'm still going like this. So, I am moving like all the time. If I sit still, I wonder what it looks like. Am I still moving?
Yeah.
So I'm doing this all the time. I had a great time over there. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna be posting some information about that and pictures. You can, if you've been watching the Facebook, you probably have seen a lot about it. But there's going to be more on that on the website as well. So if you want to look at that, and all the cool stuff that goes on with the water and the images and the life in the water, and the consciousness of the water, which is the key, is actually the essence of why I'm there in the first place. So I really want to share that with everybody. And so like if you are part of that and you choose it, and you choose to be also facilitated by the water, that you're also facilitating the water, and you are part of a change, not just for yourself, but for the whole planet. And this is big. This is really big, because I've been overwhelmed with the consciousness of the water. It's been sometimes so overwhelming that I didn't really even know what to do with myself. Like it could be extremely emotional, or it could be so much energy coming from it that I didn't even know where to bring it to. So this is an interesting feature for anybody who's working with energies to learn more about that, because I'm learning more about that. So I love to share that, and a lot is possible. There is a lot possible beyond what we ever thought is. Okay,
So stay tuned.
so stay tuned, and if you want to book a trip, on the site are going to be the dates. I actually, I have them, but I didn't write them down. That's stupid. So go to the website, www.waterwhispering.world. That's where the information on the Water Whispering program is. The rest of the website is sailinToconsciousness.com. And that's where you find more information and the albums and the books and blah, blah, blah. So whatever you are seeking, go there. There's maybe an interesting offer still out there if you want to book like now and fast. And there's going to be information on where the boats are going to be, which boats you can choose to sail on. And because we're also sailing on a real larger classic boat, much bigger boat, which I don't handle by myself, but with another skipper. And this boat's called the Vega, and this boat's going to be sailing from the north of Greece at the Turkish side all the way down. So if we down south. So if you would like to join that, find the information on the website and drop me an email if you want to know more. And either me or Karin is going to reply to you. Either we call you if it's possible, or we Skype, or we just send you an email with information. Whatever else is possible. Yes.
And have fun. Always have fun.
And have fun. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
Well, we go for lightness, and this is my motto: follow the lightness of your being, because that's going to bring you to places in the world that you never thought were possible, like last week. Okay.
Hey,
we got that.
Yeah.
We nailed it.
Well, thank you.
See you guys. Thank you for watching, and well, drop a line if you want to know more.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.